Hi, my name is Joan. I was baptised 50 plus years ago, and since then I would say my prayer life has been pretty consistent. I love to talk. I hate to text. The IT world has not caught up with me, and talking to God to me is not difficult because I love to talk. I respect Him as the creator of the universe, but He's always seen as my Father and my friend, and I know that He loves to hear from me as He does from all of us. In the early days of the Hong Kong church, Don Lee taught us to pray with the acronym ACTS. A for adoration, adoring God. C for confession, telling God about our faults and asking forgiveness. T for thanksgiving, thanking God for the many blessings that He's given us. And S for supplication. In other words, a prayer list that we have many people's names and things on. Our shopping list, I suppose you'd call it. And then I found this little book, or someone introduced it to me. It's Too Busy Not to Pray by Bill Hybels. A very short little book, but to me it's been a wonderful book. And I used to read it once a year in the church if I felt my prayer life was getting a bit out of kilter. Anyway, fast forward, we come back to New Zealand. We're now in our 70s and we're getting older. And I have to make concessions in my prayer life. I no longer go on all-night prayer sessions. I don't pray while I'm driving in the car anymore. I've got to focus just to drive and not have the little accidents and bang-ins that I have had many of. I can't kneel for long periods of time because of knees. My main prayer walk partner used to be Jane Chin in Hong Kong. We would do it forever. Jane's gone, and I find myself doing it here with not that many other sisters because everybody's working and I'm retired. And then since 2019 arrived and the world went crazy with COVID, I started to walk again seriously, really seriously, because I had to keep a bit of sanity about everything, and I will pray. I'm very lucky that we live about 25 steps from a big botanical gardens where you can walk all by yourself and hardly see people off in the distance if you know the right tracks to go. And I walk and I pray and try and stay sane. I walk for 1 to 1.5 hours daily. I'm praying, I'm singing, I'm meditating, and then at the end I'm just counting to 100 to count my steps till I get home. But something else happened. I haven't read that little book for about 10 years. The first year I did, then I lent it to other people, and they lent it to other people, and they lent it to other people, and I thought I'd lost it. But I'm also trying to downsize and tidy up in the house when no one comes in because of COVID, and I found it again. So I read it. I read it, and I just started to cry. I realised it opened my eyes to my praying. I hadn't been praying specific prayers. I'd stopped writing the lists in the back of my quiet time books. I now wasn't treating my sin as sin. And I was so ashamed. I asked God for forgiveness. And I had a Zoom later that week, so I repented to my sisters and asked them to hold me to the decisions I've made. I realised also about one thing that he tells us to do in the book was journaling. 2 things to journal about. You take a notebook, a page in the front, a page in the back, and you journal yesterday in the front, and you write down all your things you did yesterday to help you spiritually. And then at the end, you write your prayers for that day, only a page again. The yesterday part is going great. I'm seeing things clearly, much clearer than before. The prayers, the adoration and the confession are going good. But the supplication and thanksgiving, there seems so many of them, I've got to get them into some sets of order. Now the reason I've said all this is not to try and tell you who I am or what I did, but for the conclusions I came to. It's never too late to restart anything in your Christian life. It's never too late to try new things. It's never possible for God to give up on us. God is only a prayer away. Don't just read about prayer. Listen to lessons about prayer. The only thing you have to do is pray. Thank you.